Here's Nelson Cruz. Cruz smacks one into left field.
But again, if you're not a power pitcher and you're a sinker ball pitcher, the only thing you can do is get him to hit the ball on the ground. But you're looking at a powerful lineup of guys that hit the ball on the ground hard. And with this field turf, which is not quite like AstroTurf, but it plays fast. And there's just no chance for the third baseman or the shortstop to move laterally and knock that down. It's a fast track.
Into left. Durango picks it up. Guillen will hold. Throw behind him. Guillen is safe. Almost a huge mistake by Jose Guillen. Couple of outs. Nelson Cruz is coming up. That one's kissed. Cruz deep and gone. Nelson Cruz with a bullet. And the Dominican has their second home run.
I have a feeling the bats are a little lighter in their hands after that 5-run lead. They were tight yesterday, but much more relaxed today. They get a 5-run cushion thanks to a few miscues by the Panama team back in the third inning, and now they tack on another run.
And the home runs have not come from the big names. Miguel Olivo hit a 2-run shot in the 4th. Nelson Cruz homering here in the 6th.
Runners at first and third. Fielder's choice for Ramirez, and here's Nelson Cruz. That's going to be a base hit by Cruz. Robinson Cano will score. Ramirez goes to second base, and the Dominican Republic's got a 3-0 lead.
Look at that dugout on the first base side along with the fans, and it feels more like it's the 8th inning right now. That's the sense of urgency they're bringing into this very first inning. And Cruz gets a good job using the top hand and driving the ball to his pull side.
That ball in the gap to right center. And that one's going to take the hop. And that wild pitch mattered on the ground rule double. It'll score Henley Ramirez. Cruz gets his second RBI, and it's a 7-3 ball game.
Well, he may not be getting to the hanging breaking balls, but that's now 2 fastballs that Nelson Cruz has been able to extend on. And this one he hit it pretty deep, close to his body. Now staying inside the baseball allows him to get that type of spin and carry away from Parra.
RBI opportunity now for Nelson Cruz. Cruz had a 2-for-4 and 2 runs batted in the game against Venezuela. He's got the runner on at second base. A little bloop. That's going to fall in. Good read. Encarnacion will make the turn. Beltre the throw. Missed the cutoff man. Runner will advance. And the Dominican has a 1-0 lead. Cruz gets his 3rd RBI in 2 games.
Dominican needed to do this. They needed to jump ahead and send a quick message to Spain. Cruz letting that ball travel. That's what happens. You allow yourself to fight it off, use the middle of the field, and stay on the breaking ball. And he did a fine job fighting it off with a fastball.
Encarnacion read that. He didn't hesitate taking off from second base, and Beltre overthrew the cutoff man, allowing Cruz to go down to second. So Cruz now 3 out of 5. There's a ground ball to short, base hit. 1 run is scored. It'll be station to station. Cruz's second RBI of the game. He's 2 for 2. Brings Cano home, and it is a 4-0 Dominican lead.
Another inning that started with a leadoff walk. You had the error by the pitcher to Green, and then the positioning once again comes back to hurt Team Spain. The shortstop is shaded way too far towards the bag, and this is a ball that, with a powerful hitter like Cruz hitting, you should be able to at least get one out.
The line's 1-2 delivery, and that'll be a base hit to center field. So Cruz gets his 5th hit. 5 for 10. It'll be a 2-out single.
And Nelson Cruz probably thinking, thank you very much for that fastball.
7th inning, only 1 away, 2 in scoring position. Nelson Cruz coming up, 10 hits on the board for the Dominican. Chopper, runners coming. Play's going to be at first. The out will be recorded. An RBI for Cruz, and a 4-2 Dominican lead.
That's the beauty of the contact play in that situation. Of the infield playing a little closer than halfway. You got that bouncy turf, you're up by a run. Take a chance.
Encarnacion scores, makes it 4-2. That'll be RBI number 5 in the Classic.
And he follows up with a base hit to left of his own. Runners at first and second to start the inning.
There's plenty of firepower on this team. The pressure of being down 4-0 is not as obviously not as big early on. And if the Italian team here are just trying to figure out ways to get outs without big innings because they can swing the bat.
Nelson Cruz struck out in the 6th. He is 1 for 3 this afternoon.
Cruz breaks his bat, a base hit, and for the first time this afternoon, the Dominican Republic has taken the lead.
Well, he threw it on the outer half of the plate, breaks his bat. Not much you can do about that as a pitcher. Maybe elevated it a little too much, which allowed the ball to get over the second baseman's head. Again, only in this form you see stuff like that going up near the plate to congratulate guys. You won't see that during the year, unless it's a walk-off.
The entire team had come out of the dugout there. They were almost on the field, like in between the lines.
That shot out to center field, and it's going to get past Adam Jones. Nelson Cruz on his way into second.
This ball was absolutely scalded. You can see a little bit here how much this ball actually moves. Really just squared it completely on the barrel of the bat.
A one-out runner in scoring position now for the switch-hitting catcher Carlos Santana, who singled in the second. Nelson Cruz picks on the first Craig Kimbrough pitch and lines it sharply into right. He's trying for second and is in safely. The go-ahead run in scoring position to start the ninth.
First ball, fastball hitting. He got what he was looking for. Terrific play here by Stanton that allowed to cut this ball off. Does all that he can to try to get the out on second base. Cruz thinking 2 all the way out of the box.
Whacked into left center field. On the run is Pagan. It's over his head and one bounce against the wall. And on his way to second with a 2-out double is Cruz.
Well, it might be time for Edwin Rodriguez to go get him. Burgess has been very effective. That pitch inside part of the plate. Nelson gets the barrel to it. You assume the game is over because the Dominican has been so dominant.
Let the celebration begin. Nearly 100 players who appeared on major league rosters in 2012 hail from the Dominican Republic. In the first decade of the 21st century, counting multiple appearances by individual players, there were 80 all-star selections from the Dominican Republic.
Four-time All-Star Nelson Cruz, 3 consecutive seasons of 40 or more home runs.
There's a shot out to center field, really well hit. Pompey's not going to get to it. It bounds off the wall. And the second inning opens in similar fashion to the first with a stand-up double.
Well, one of the things we talked about, he was going to have to utilize every real estate in this ballpark. And earlier, that's exactly what happened. To get out of the first, this ball was hit all the way to the track, but it had hang time. Pompey could run it down, but this one was absolutely barreled to where Pompey, you see, he recognizes that ball squared up. It actually makes a turn.
Nelson Cruz sends a drive to left field. If it's fair, it's gone, and it is. The comeback is on.
We just talked about it, Scotty. You said it. Maybe the slider's not ready. Let's see what this pitch was. Slider down and in. And Nelly Cruz keeps it fair.
Down 5-0, 6 unanswered. The amount of big swings we have seen from some of these bats in their major league careers. Nelson Cruz definitely one of them. Many of these players say this World Baseball Classic means more than anything to them.
Cruz with a base hit to left center. That's into the gap in right center field and trouble. How about gone? Boy, they might take another look at that one because I'm not sure that that fan didn't reach over the fence to make that catch.
Yeah, I'm with you there. He definitely reached over, and I think that's exactly what the manager, Edwin's going to go out and ask him to take a look. Now, whether he reached over and this would have been gone anyways, yep, let's say it holds out.
So a 1-1 ball game after the Cruz home run holds up.
See, he just absolutely stays on that ball and knows it's at least a double right out of the gate.
And Nelson Cruz takes him opposite field. And gone! His third of the tournament.
Safe to say that Nelson Cruz is strong. Hit the other way, and he knows he's hit it good. Whether or not it gets over the wall, within 40 feet, he'll know. And it did.
It's the 8th home run of the tournament for Team Dominican Republic. They have struck for a pair tonight. Single runs in the 5th, 7th, and now the 8th. Ripped into the corner. Nelson Cruz with a 1-out double here in the 5th.
Well, he sat on a 3-0 pitch, and he hit it hard in that same corner. And now it's up to Santana from the left side.
And we will get to see Nelson Cruz hit. Let's hear them. Let's hear them. Talk about pioneers in our game. Talk about pioneers for the Dominican Republic, their country. That's one of them right there.
Little lighter base hit. So Cano's got a hit. Nelson Cruz has a hit.
That's just great right there. Trying to fight that off. Him and Robbie are having a good time. Good laugh. Little slider right there, just bearing out his hands. And he's still strong enough to get those knocks.